We were born to make manifest the glory of God that's within us. And as we let our own light shine, we consciously give other people permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fear, our presence automatically liberates others. You never know who you're going to inspire. You never know what your influence truly is. I know at least for myself, some people that did things that I was scared to do showed me a whole new life that I was never thinking was possible. I didn't know anybody that was sober. I didn't know anybody that was sober at 18, 19, 20, 30, 40, 50. I didn't know nobody. I think I remember met like one guy that was like 35 that was sober when I was like on drugs. And I was like, what do you mean you're sober, dude? Like you're like 35. Like you should be on drugs. You should be drinking. You should be in the club. And he's like, nah, you should stop. And that's all he said. He's like, you should stop. But I was just like you, man. Like, but there's another way of life. If you want help, man, just call me anytime. Um, and there's another life to live. Like, there's another life to live. You think that this is the only life that is like out there sometimes. Like your surroundings is the only thing that you see, and you're like, this is it. This is all is to life. Is like this room and that's it. And the snow outside or whatever is around you is it. But then there's another life to live. Like there's other things you do. There's a whole world, there's a whole life that you could be living that you have no idea that you could be living. Like Lil Uzi Vert said, like, I know you're sad and tired, but you'll find another life to live. Like you're gonna get over it, and you're gonna find somebody new, and life is gonna be okay, and uh it's hard to see. It's hard to see that the present moment that you're in is gonna pass and be gone and you can't get it back. It's hard to see that like right now really doesn't matter, you know? And things are gonna get better. Things are gonna change. Your life is gonna be better than you ever could imagine when you start to let it. You know, I couldn't let my life get better because I was just too busy fucking it up. But when I let it get better, when I just like listened to that voice that I was like constantly tuning out, I was like, dang, life's kind of good. This is like sick, And still, I turn that voice down sometimes still, and just turn it up like 10%, then turn it down another like 2%. Like my life is 10 times better, but still, I have a long way to go, But it's like 10%, like 10%, like is all it takes to live another life. Like opening up your mind, 10% is like another life on the other side of it. Opening up your fears, walking away from your fears, 10% is like all it takes. All it takes. You're closer than you think to another life. You're closer than you think to getting out of your situation. It's just a couple steps, a couple fearless steps, a couple God led steps, because opportunity knocks every single day. Opportunity is just everywhere. It's like, are you seeing it? Are you letting yourself see it? Are you letting yourself take it? Life is here, man. Like it's ready to be lived. And I say all this came from like sobriety oftentimes, and I wouldn't be in this place if I wasn't sober and blah 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 blah. But that's been the eye opener, man, because I feel like, man, all the drugs and all the drinking and all the friends that I used to have and the people I used to be around, like they shrank me down. They wanted me to not make them feel insecure. And I wanted them kind of not to make me feel insecure. I wanted to be little. Like that little life I thought was enough. Like I thought was like it, and God had another plan. you know, and my plan I realized just didn't work and doesn't work, you know. uh, I don't know. There's just something to be said about how we don't know best. Like I truly don't know best, you know, and um everything is everything, man. You know, but especially the sobriety thing when I come back to it is like pretty crazy. You know, because I could be in the room. I know at least the first couple times that I went to AA, I was I opened up my ears 10%, like just a little bit that I opened up my ears, and like I heard some things and I didn't want to hear them, right? But then that little thing that I heard planted a seed, and then that seed grew, and when it was time for me to remember it, it was there to remember, you know, and that's all it is, like planting the seed and like the seed getting planted in your mind that you can be more, and finally like listening to it is all it takes, you know, all it takes to see another side, you know, and it's I just love that quote because it just shows you, yeah, I'm letting myself down right now. You know, it's not the circumstances, you know, and it's very easy to play the victim, you know, and like, going back to what I was saying in the beginning, I wanted to be inadequate. It's not that we fear being inadequate, it's that we fear that we're not. You know, if we, I love to tell myself that narrative, like I was inadequate. I liked it. I liked it because it gave me an excuse to say, yeah, I'm just not. I'm just nothing. It's easier to say you're nothing than to think positive. You know, I really believe that. It's easier for me to be like, to be the class clown than be the guy that's really taking this stuff serious. It's easy to be the guy that's trying 50% all the time till it comes down to their future. You know, you don't want to be going in life and going 50% or 30% because sooner or later you're gonna look back and be like, dude, why didn't I give 100%? Why didn't I give it my all? You know, where would I be if I gave it my all? I say that today, and I'm 23 years old. Where would I be if I just tried every single day before this? You know, if I just woke up earlier, where would I be? I'd be living a total different life. And not to say that that life would make me the happiest person in the world, but like I'd be somewhere else, you know. And we can't change our timing, you know. We Everybody's time is so different, but everybody is different. It's just if you want to open up your eyes to go and like see, who am I, who do I want to be, what do I not want to be, who do I want to hang around, and are these people even good to be around? You know, is this really doing anything for me? Am I truly living up to my potential? Am I truly like living right? You know, am I truly living? Am I truly living? You know, and I had to realize multiple times I was living, but I wasn't living, man. I was settling for things and people that I didn't need to be around, and you have to kind of have that self-love and self-awareness to that we all have. You know, we all have a light inside of us, just like the quote said. It's just a matter of if we want to hear it and want to see it and want to look for it, you know. Or it's just very easy to be like everybody else. Do you just want to be normal? You know, I remember when I was young, that was my main line that I used to say to my parents, like, I just want to be normal. I just want to be normal. And they were just trying to teach me, dude, being normal is not what you want to be. Being uh, average is just not you. That's not who you've been put on this earth to be, you know? And I had people tell me that when I was younger, like you're meant to do something big in life, and I believed them. You know, I really did believe them, and now I look at myself and I'm doing everything I wanted to do. You know, and I'm super happy about that.